The mother's love. In a quiet village nestled by the edge of a forest, there lived a mother named Lila with her young son, Rohan. Lila was known for her kind heart and warm spirit, always willing to help anyone in need. Despite having very little in terms of wealth, Lila was rich in love and compassion, which she shared freely with everyone around her. She would often be seen tending to her small garden, offering the fruits of her labor to her neighbors, or sitting by the fire with the village children, telling them stories of kindness and courage. Rohan, her son, was a curious and joyful child. He loved his mother dearly and would follow her around the village, learning from her every word and action. Lila's love for her son was endless, and she would do anything to ensure his happiness and well-being. She taught him the value of compassion, how to help those in need, and how to treat others with respect and kindness. One day, a terrible storm swept through the village. It rained heavily for days, and the rivers began to swell. The village, built near a river, was soon flooded. Houses were damaged, crops destroyed, and many families were left with nothing. The villagers, struggling to cope with the devastation, sought shelter and help from one another. Amidst the chaos, Lila's home was also flooded, and her small garden was washed away. But the mother's heart remained strong, as she focused on the well-being of her son and the village around her. As the waters receded and the damage became clear, Lila saw the need to help those who had lost everything. The village elders gathered to discuss how they could rebuild the community, but there was little food left, and resources were scarce. Lila, though impoverished by the storm, knew she had to act. She gathered what little she had left, a few dried herbs, a little flour, and some fruit from the remnants of her garden. Without a second thought, Lila began to prepare food for the village. She shared what little she had with her neighbors, taking the food to the elderly and the children first. Her son, Rohan, watched his mother in awe, and soon he, too, wanted to help. He ran to his mother, offering his toys and the few small trinkets he had. "Mother, I want to help too," Rohan said, his eyes wide with admiration. Lila smiled and hugged her son tightly. "You are already helping, my dear. Your kindness and love are more precious than anything we could give. Just like I am giving to the village, you must learn to give from the heart." As the days passed, Lila and Rohan worked together, distributing food and offering comfort to those who had lost their homes. Even when they had nothing left to give, Lila continued to offer her compassion and selflessness. She would visit the sick and the elderly, bringing them words of encouragement and warmth. Her love and care were a beacon of hope to the villagers during their darkest times. One evening, after a long day of helping others, the village gathered to express their gratitude to Lila. They had noticed her unyielding spirit and the love she shared with everyone, regardless of her own struggles. The village elder, an old man named Hari, stood before the crowd and spoke, "Lila, you have shown us the true meaning of compassion. Even when you had so little, you gave with all your heart. You have taught us that love and selflessness are the greatest gifts we can offer. You have healed our hearts in ways that no food or material possession ever could. You are a light in this village, and we are forever grateful." Lila, with her humble heart, smiled and spoke softly. "I do not give to receive anything in return. Love is not measured by what we have, but by what we are willing to give. When we give with compassion and kindness, we create a world of peace and unity. I have done only what a mother does for her child, love without conditions, without expectation." The villagers were deeply moved by her words. They realized that in their own hearts, they, too, could give in the same way. Compassion, they understood, was not just an action but a way of life. From that day forward, the village began to rebuild, not only their homes but their spirits as well. They learned to share, support, and care for one another with the same selflessness and love that Lila had shown them. Rohan grew up with a heart full of compassion, following in his mother's footsteps. He became known throughout the village for his kindness and willingness to help, just as his mother had done. The villagers often spoke of Lila's love, and how it had changed the very essence of their community. Years later, when Lila passed away peacefully, the entire village gathered to honor her memory. They built a small shrine in her honor, a reminder of the powerful impact of her love and selflessness. Her legacy lived on in the hearts of those she had touched, and the village continued to thrive, forever changed by the love of a mother for her child. Moral of the story: true compassion is not measured by what we have, but by what we are willing to give without expecting anything in return. The love a mother has for her child can teach us the value of selflessness and the power of kindness. By giving with a pure heart, we can heal not only others but ourselves, creating a world of peace, unity, and unconditional love. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.